Welcome to LMU Community TV News. I'm Allison Barnett. Thanks for joining us. Let's take a look at the stories we have for you today. The nearly decade-long hunt for a missing Middlesboro woman has come to an end. Middlesboro police confirmed on Monday that the remains found near Fern Creek Lake in Tennessee belong to Katherine Heck. Heck was reported missing in 2009 after she walked away from her home in Middlesboro. Several clothing items belonging to her were discovered on South 43rd Street at the same time, but she was never found. Heck was entered into the National Missing Person database after several searches fell short. In September of 2014, hunters found partial remains at the head of Fern Lake in Claiborne County. Due to the condition of the bones, the remains were sent to the University of North Texas Center for Human Identification. Middlesboro police were notified last week that the remains belonged to Heck. There was no indication of foul play during the investigation. Middlesboro police arrested a man on Tuesday accused of setting a police officer's house on fire. 27-year-old Matthew Griffith of Middlesboro was charged with first-degree arson for allegedly setting fire to the home of Middlesboro police officer Barry Cowan with the intent to destroy or damage the property. The incident occurred in March of 2017. Griffith was also picked up on a bench warrant for failure to appear in court for his final sentencing in a previous case. He's being held at the Bell County Detention Center without bond. One shoebox can change a life. That was the message during the local Operation Christmas Child event held at Claiborne High School on Tuesday. The program is a project of Samaritan's Purse with a mission to provide local partners around the world with shoeboxes filled with small toys, hygiene items, and school supplies. The shoeboxes are sent to children outside the United States in areas affected by war, poverty, natural disasters, famine, and disease. Guest speakers at the event on Tuesday included Pastor Mark and Cherry Brumbelow from Grace Baptist Church in Texas and a former shoebox recipient from Central Asia. The goal this year is to pack more than 10,000 shoeboxes for children around the world. To tell us more about Operation Christmas Child and how she got involved, here is Area Coordinator Amy Winstead.
My husband and I are yearly contributors to the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association, so we do tithe to that organization, and with some of the newsletters, they sent information several years ago about Operation Christmas Child. We looked into the ministry, loved it. It's kids helping kids, so it's a way to introduce our children serving others, so teaching them to serve others. So we started packing shoeboxes about 10 years ago. And I came onto the area team about 4 years ago because I wanted to go deeper in the ministry and serve in a more deeper capacity. In Claiborne County, we have Forest Chapel in Speedwell, and we just brought on Midway Baptist Church here in New Tazewell. If they're interested in becoming a drop-off location, there is a volunteer application that has to be completed. They can go to SamaritansPurse.org/OCC. There's a section that says volunteer. They can go through the volunteer ministry. There's several different roles that a person could take with the area team. Drop-off location is one of those. They would click on the logistics section, and it would flow. It would show them how to apply and get in touch with an area coordinator. My love for Operation Christmas Child is not necessarily the tangible items that go into the box. Yes, it serves a purpose. It helps a child go to school when you provide that child's school supplies. It provides hygiene items and those toys. But the box itself is a vessel for the gospel opportunity. So it's just a way for local churches to be foreign missionaries without leaving their own homes. We can pack a shoebox, and it goes all over the world, and it tells that child that there is someone that loves them, and there's a God in heaven who loves them also.
Those wanting to pack a shoebox as part of Operation Christmas Child can drop them off at Morris Chapel Church in Speedwell or Midway Baptist Church in New Tazewell. More information about the program can be found at SamaritansPurse.org. Tomorrow night will be the final performance of the 2018 Levitt Amp Middlesboro Music Series. And for bluegrass fans, it's one you can't afford to miss. Wrapping up the series will be Sierra Hull, who has been an accomplished mandolin player and singer since her childhood. Hull is a multiple-time IBMA award winner and was even nominated for a Grammy for her last album. This past week, Middlesboro was paid a visit by the daughter of the founder of the Levitt Foundation, Liz Levitt. She spoke very highly of the things the community has done each year with the Levitt series.
We're beyond proud, and we see that the program works so effectively, that the leadership in Middlesboro really understands the heart and soul of community through music. And the growth is phenomenal. We couldn't be more proud of what's going on here in Middlesboro. Well, the mission of Levitt Foundation is to bring people together of all backgrounds and build community through the power of free live music. And our model has grown with the success that we see in towns and cities across the country. Levitt AMP started in response to the need for smaller communities to have a program. And it's come back to us to see the effectiveness of this work fantastically. We convene, as you probably know, our grantees in Los Angeles. The grantees get a peer group. They're working in a shared community and they're working locally. And together, it's influencing impact in cities and communities. Hopefully it's implemented just like here in Middlesboro. It's community-led and driven with a heart and a passion for the greater good. How did we come up with the transformative power of music? It's in our DNA. Music brings us together. Music is the universal language. Just anybody who's listening to this, just think about a moment when music has brought you to a higher place, or music has brought you through a difficult time, or music has brought you through times of joy. Music is the universal language, and we embrace that, and we see its transformative powers in community after community after community, and it's particularly rewarding here in Middlesboro. What do I think of the Levitt AMP venue in downtown Middlesboro? I think it's made of steel, built and created by a local donor. I think the leadership here is outstanding. The audience is growing. It's a beautiful setting to bring people together, and people are coming from across the region, which is great. I love it. We were brought to the steel factory, and we had the chance to meet the team at the steel factory that worked on the stage. That's amazing. I think in all my years of doing Levitt, this is the first time that I've met this team that actually built the stage. To get a Levitt AMP grant, a stage is required, but not a permanent stage. Middlesboro took the extra mile, donated the steel, donated the work. The people who work at J.R. Hope, they gave up their time, they gave up their heart. It's amazing.
As with the previous weeks, the music will begin at 6:30 in downtown Middlesboro. Now let's take a look at your community calendar of events coming up over the next couple of weeks. Springdale Baptist Church will be hosting their 3rd annual Chili Supper and Fall Festival October 12th from 4 to 8 p.m. Pre-sale tickets are available, or you can pay $7 at the door. The supper includes chili, crackers or chips, a dessert, and a drink. All proceeds raised go to support the church's youth group. That was your community calendar. We're now moving on to your LMU Community TV News 5-day weather forecast. The next few days are appearing to be temperately mild with slight overcast. Tomorrow will be mostly sunny with a high of 78 and a 10% chance of rain. Moving to your 3-day planner, Friday will be partly cloudy with a high of 83 degrees and a 10% chance of rain. Evening showers will be happening Saturday with a high temperature reaching 78 degrees with a humidity of 67%. Looking at your 5-day planner, Sunday will be quite cloudy with a high of 71 degrees and a 20% chance of rain. Now's a quick overview of your 5-day forecast, but stay with us, as coming up after the break, Brandon Burke will be bringing you your sports report right here on LMU Community TV News.
What do we know about learning? It takes place beyond the pages of a book. We learn by exploring, by trying new things, by connecting, by sharing. We learn by taking chances and dreaming big. At Lincoln Memorial University, learning is beyond the books. It's everywhere.
Guess what? I have some news for you. There's free food right there, junk food. You see that truck? Oh, jeez. It's a 2 Michelin star chef. All for free, ladies and gentlemen. All for free.
Here we have a panzanella with summer vegetables and pesto. Enjoy. How we doing?
Fantastic.
So what do you got going on underneath that plate there?
This food is really about to be thrown away.
Yeah.
Bro?
Is there something wrong with this food?
Where did you get it from?
From farmers markets. They put aside the ugly vegetables and the ugly fruits.
Carrot top, soft avocados. It was all food that was going to be discarded.
Even the drink you had is made from like a little bruised peach. Did it taste a little bruised?
Great. That was good.
The average person throws away 24 pounds of food a month.
That's a lot.
Isn't that a lot? Go visit SaveTheFood.com for more information. Thank you. Junk food time!
I love taking care of my mom. It wasn't easy at first. She learned how to better communicate her needs.
And you learned how to not ignore yours.
I discovered how to make healthier meals.
And I discovered how much I enjoyed them.
Becoming a caregiver is a learning experience for everyone. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
Welcome back. After 2 South Atlantic Conference meetings, the Lincoln Memorial women's volleyball team is still perfect, besting Tusculum University on Tuesday evening from Harrogate on a history-making performance. Through 2.5 weeks in the 2018 schedule, the Lady Railsplitters sit at 6-2 overall, with all 6 of their victories coming from inside the Mary Mars gym, to go along with their flawless sack record off the heels of a 4-set win against Queens last Friday. 4 days after defeating the Royals, who are the defending conference tournament champs, Lincoln Memorial didn't allow the Pioneers a single-set win on Tuesday, sweeping their in-state rival with final scores of 25-16, 25-13, and 25-22 to grab further momentum. While the team was certainly consistent in the 3-0 triumph over Tusculum, a specific senior libero took all the attention late in set number 3 as Erica Whitaker, a defensive specialist from Kingston Springs, Tennessee, surpassed Casey Mincy for the school's all-time digs record in the win, reaching 1,809 for her career, landing 28 in total for the evening. Whitaker's final dig of the night, helping secure LMU's victory, allowed the senior to finish 1 career dig higher than Mincy, who suited up for the blue and gray from 2012 through 2015. While a new defensive record holder headlined the evening, Lincoln Memorial was just as impressive on the offensive side of the court, redshirt junior Riley Storms in particular, leading the team in individual attack percentage with 324, kills with 12, and points with 14, while freshman setter Emily Walter posted her second straight 30-assist outing with 32, adding 9 digs. Reigning sack player of the week Tone Gill and freshman outside hitter Emma Flowers combined for 12 kills on the evening, helping LMU reach 37 as a whole, next to a 174 hitting clip. Flustering Tusculum all night long, to the extent where the Pioneers only grabbed 26 kills on a .50 attack percentage, the Lady Railsplitters, on the strength of Erica Whitaker's record-breaking achievement, have made early season waves in the conference while staying unbeaten in Harrogate. This coming weekend, LMU hopes to accomplish something they've not yet reached in just 2 tries this season, a road victory, venturing to South Carolina on Friday and Saturday for back-to-back meetings inside of conference play with Newberry and Anderson. Battling the Wolves and the Trojans, both at 7 o'clock this weekend. You can visit www.lmurailsplitters.com for more information on Lincoln Memorial's red-hot start to conference play, as well as all things LMU athletics, including the women's and men's soccer teams' home doubleheader with Carson Newman, which took place on Wednesday afternoon. And with 5 weeks gone by and only 6 remaining in the 2018 high school football campaign, tri-state area action continues in full force this Friday, with regional play beginning to pick up steam and playoff pictures starting to weave their way in. With this in mind, let's take a look at what's on the way this weekend when Week 6 matchups take place under the lights. Kicking off with a volunteer state, the Cumberland Gap Panthers, groggy after consecutive losses to locally ranked teams with a bye week to separate them, return home on Friday for a game that has suddenly become much more interesting than previously thought, hosting the 4-1 Pineville Mountain Lions from Kentucky in the Old Town Grill Game of the Week. Live coverage of the Panthers face-off with Pineville can be heard on 91.3 FM WLMU approximately 30 minutes before toe meets leather at 7 p.m., with complete coverage starting at 6 o'clock. Similarly, looking to shake the cobwebs off of a lopsided L to Unicoi County a week ago, Claiborne searches for win number 2 on the year when they take a visit to Oliver Springs this weekend, while the Granger Grizzlies are in a nearly identical scenario, hoping to end a 3-game losing slide with a road trip to Volunteer High. The Jellicoe Blue Devils will cross the border into Kentucky on Friday off the heels of their first win of 2018, traveling to Lynn Camp. And meanwhile, the Union County Patriots and the Hancock County Indians battle one another from Sneedville, Tennessee, with UC aiming to improve to 4-2, while HC hopes to get back to 500. And the Cougars of Campbell County, 1 week after a devastating road loss to Gibbs, will sit back in Week 6, taking their bye. Moving on to the Bluegrass State, with Pineville heading to the Cumberland Gap area, the Bell County Bobcats, the only unbeaten squad left standing in the tri-state area, look to keep it that way, welcoming McCreary Central after blowing out Whitley County 7 days ago. And the Yellow Jackets of Middlesboro take on South Laurel from the comforts of home, looking to put an end to a 3-game losing streak. And lastly, in Virginia, the Thomas Walker Pioneers, who themselves have enjoyed 3 wins in a row, take on Eastside from Ewing after the Spartans fell to the Lee Generals last week by 1. And speaking of the Generals, they'll be back at home as well in their Week 5, taking on Ridgeview at 5 Star Stadium. LMU Community TV Sports will have all the final scores from these contests next Monday, so be sure to come back then to get all the latest updates on the gridiron. And that is all for sports in the middle of the week, but stay tuned as more LMU Community TV news is coming up right after this.
So we were walking to school. I started thinking about lunch. Mom packed me turkey and cheese.
She's
I really
smart.
want cheese pizza.
Sometimes her mind wanders.
We should have a sleepover.
I remember saying, Laura?
I think I heard Mom say something.
The sign says don't walk.
Sometimes it's so overwhelming.
I really hope she doesn't have
I really
another
hope I
bad
don't
day
have another bad day at school today.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. Go to understood.org, a free online resource with support and tools to help your child thrive.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. We're gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. Yeah, we're getting so wet.
I like to eat apples and bananas. I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
1 in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Thanks for watching LMU Community TV News. I'm Allison Barnett, and have a great weekend.